Hey everyone, welcome again to You Who Post. In this video, I'm going to answer a question regarding a trademark issue. Can I change the wording on a brand's logo for apparel I sell? I want to use the idea of a brand's logo on apparel that I plan to sell. I intend to change only the wording, not the design or brand elements. Is that legally permissible? And what potential issues should I be aware of? So I'm not exactly sure I understand the question. I'm going to answer the question with two different facts. Let's say you see a logo that you like and it comes together with a wording, right? And you feel that this branding is very catchy, that it actually aligns with the brand and value proposition that you have for the sale of apparel, right? Here we're talking about a logo, a prior trademark that it's probably owned by someone else. So if you take part or elements of that brand to sell or promote the same service or product, you might be in a legal situation that is trademark infringement. Now, in the United States, remember that you can acquire trademark rights by use in commerce or by trademark registration before the United States Patents and Trademark Office. So if you find a logo or a brand that you really like and you want to take elements from that, I think it's better that you just take those elements as inspiration to create your own trademark, your own logo, or your own wording for a brand. Why is this? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you actually select something, you put something together, you have a brand and a logo and a wording, and you find yourself eventually receiving a cease and desist letter or being the defendant on a trademark infringement case, or being the defendant on an opposing proceeding before the USPTO, among others. So you want to start your business with a brand that has been clear, that it's free to work for you, that will be used in commerce, and you will not face any of these potential liability issues. So that's our facts, our first fact pattern, right? Like we want to use parts of a brand that already exists. In that case, it's better just to use the brand as inspiration and come up with a unique own brand. Why is this? Because we want to avoid liabilities and we also want to play fair when it comes to market competition. And finally, we want to do this because when it comes to trademark protection, the use of a trademark that is confusingly similar to another will raise issues when it comes to trademark law and consumer protection. And remember that when it comes to trademark, you want and advertising and marketing, you want to avoid the use of logos or words that are misleading, that will confuse a consumer, that will make a consumer think that you are a business different from which you actually are. So you don't want to use a brand or a logo to take the goodwill and the reputation of another business. I'm sure you don't want that. So now I'm going to answer the question thinking about a different fact pattern. Let's say you have a brand and you want to change the wording of that brand and continue with your current logo. That's different. If that's the case, there are different issues to consider. First, how long have you been using this wording or this logo? This is very important because changing a brand or logo, it's a process, and you have to consider that your consumers, your audience already know you for that specific logo or wording. So you may encounter issues, right? On the other hand, you also want to consider if the change in that word will affect your recognition, your goodwill. Do you have a domain name? Do you have to buy a new domain name? Do you have an Instagram account? Do you have to change the name? And that's the same with any social media platform that you have with that current name. Now, there might be reasons to change the name of a brand, like it is too long, it is outdated, there is something that is more catchy. There are different reasons. If you have already filed for a trademark registration and that word trademark it's substantially different from this one, you will have to file a new trademark application. You will have to pay a new fee and you will have to go through the process again of proving using commerce that the trademark is protectable. You will have to show USPTO how you are using the trademark, among others. If those changes are just slight, sometimes you may be covered by the initial trademark registration, but that is very rare. If you change even a letter, it's a different trademark. And after you register your trademark, you will have to renew your trademark and prove used in commerce after several amount of years. So if you change the wording, it's better to file again a new trademark registration, but be sure that's the one you want to keep. Because like I say, protection of a trademark and making that trademark a recognized brand takes time. So if you're in the situation where you already have a brand and a trademark and you decide that you want to change the word but you want to keep the logo, you know that you will have to change that same name in domain names, social media platforms, even the name of your business. Sometimes it really depends on each case. Sometimes you don't have to change the name of your business, but keep in mind that it's going to be a process and you have to consider your audience and the reputation of your current brand. So I hope this answered your question. Remember that if you see something that is very attractive, use it as inspiration, but come up with your own brand and trademark. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them, and I will be very happy to do my best efforts to answer them.